So today I'm going to have a double interview on the Speaking Podcast, speakingpodcast.com and the awakeningpodcast.org. And my guest is an American citizen from Taiwan and speaks a few languages, but very interesting. And you'll understand later why I'm actually doing a double episode. Please welcome Ginger King.
Happy to be here.
So I suppose we'll talk the speaking route first. And the reason that I like to have the speaking, because I think to get your message across for awakening is to be a good speaker. So you've been a keynote speaker and you've done a lot of speaking, obviously, with your career. So you might just tell the audience, first of all, who's Ginger?
I am a cosmetic chemist and I'm also a beauty business expert. So I've been in the beauty industry for over 25 years. I help people to develop beauty brands from concept to launch. That's my consulting business. I also launched my own brand, Fan Love Beauty. It's a consumer brand where I create beauty products for people who inspire, educate, or entertain the society and those aspire to be them. I want to empower confidence through beauty.
Beautiful, beautiful. So we'll start off with the speaking side of things. Like you've been a keynote, so you might give some of the tips that you've done. Like you've speak with the fashion industry. You've speak in and the cosmetic industry. You spoke in front of a lot of big players. So you might tell us some of the tips and tricks that you've learned over the years.
Well, first of all, you must know your audience because if you can make them more engaged, if you know something about them, you can like call on them and have a more on like a one-on-one conversation during like a big talk, so people feel more like you are including them. That's number one. And number two is always go there early so you are familiar with where everything's are, so you don't feel like rushed, so you don't feel nervous. And thirdly, try to talk slower. I am a fast talker because that's how I'm personally am. But over the years, people ask me to say, before you say anything, you count like 1, 2 before you say your next sentence. So people will understand because I'm not really like American. So when I'm like speaking to people, some people may not be understanding my accent. So I will have to slow down a little bit, and also use of the hand gesture can help you to convey what you want to say. And of course, when I launched my lip balm, the Fan Love Beauty for lip balm, this is the first lip balm ever on the direction I actually say use this before your meetings, before your interviews, before your pitch competition, before your keynote speaking. This empowers you to speak smoothly so you will have a smooth communication.
Very good. And I have the same problem because I'm Irish. I tend to speak too much, and people have told me, pause, let people digest what I've said, because I tend to be like a machine gun at times. I just kind of rattle off. You've also been a judge, I've seen, yeah?
Yes,
Yes, you might tell us some things about being a judge.
I have been the beauty award judge for Allure magazine, which is like the beauty authority magazine, and I'm beauty packaging judge. So every year, this is like the Oscar in the beauty industry. Every year, all the brands will submit their products, and the beauty editors will ask me to evaluate to see if it's worthy of giving a breakthrough product. How is it different, and is there really innovation? So those are the kind of things that I work with the editors.
Okay, very good. And like when you are doing a keynote, how do you prepare yourself?
How do I prepare? Is I will do a lot of research on Google, and if there are any relevant news links that I will gather together, because you do need to give some sort of credibility credentials. So it's not something like you just dream out and say something. You need to draw a third party data to support what you say. And usually you want to start with, you may even start with the conclusion to kind of give people a hook, and then kind of draw into the body of the speech. And then you always want to have like a call to action, because at the end, you don't want to just talk. You want the talk be intentional. So it's something they can take away. You always want to see if there's any one big takeaway they can take from today. What would that be?
Okay, very good. And I see you've done Damon John as your mentor. Like, I was a big fan of Shark Tank. I'm just wondering, were you on Shark Tank, or how did that come about?
I actually went on to the audition twice, and I didn't make to the final round. And which Damon John is actually through social media. It started when Shark Tank start tweeting. You do live tweeting with the sharks, and every single time I just tweet. And Damon and I would just click really well. He always liked my tweet. And there was one time I just got an email from him saying he's gonna be at the Crowd Goes Wild video shooting in some studio. So he invited me to be there, but then I need to go get a ticket somewhere, before I can go in. So I wrote to that studio. They said there's no more ticket. You are on the waiting list. I was like, excuse me, Damon John asked me to come here. So within 25 minutes, they give me a ticket. It's like, here is your ticket. So I went there. However, I could not even get close to him. There was security guard all over. So I tweeted him. I was like, I'm here. I'm sitting in the middle of the stage, near the stage. And he actually got one of the producers to come get me. And I was the only one taking a photo in that studio with him. And from then on, it's like every single time if he has an event, I just show up. So I have been supporting him for over 10 years now, because Shark Tank is on to the 11th year. And we just become good friends.
Brilliant. Oh, excellent. And like, regarding the cosmetics, because I loved some of the, like, you're into ethical, and natural is one of the things that you're a proponent of. Has it always been that was kind of where you were trying to get your area?
No. Being a cosmetic chemist, what's important to us is the product must be safe, the product must perform. Those are the two big criteria for being a good cosmetic chemist. And I know in general consumers, because you don't really understand what the raw materials do. They say, oh, everything's chemical. So they're kind of scared of using it. But seriously, even the water is chemical. As long as you can write down the chemical structure, which is H2O, it's considered a chemical. So not all chemicals are bad. And there is this thing driven like everything natural, because consumers want natural. What they really want is they want something safe. Okay. But natural doesn't equate better, because you think about poison ivy. Poison ivy is natural, but poison ivy is poisonous. So people need to have this understanding. All natural doesn't necessarily mean it's better for you. However, when I develop my own product, I say it's 100% natural and vegan, because first of all, I am a cosmetic chemist. I know when I put in the formulation, it has to be the best. Okay. So it's not like just simply saying I'm 100% natural. Every single ingredient I use have a meaning and the reason why I use this. And because of this trend, everybody want natural. So if you're gonna put out a product, nobody's gonna buy it. What's the point? Right? So if the consumers demand natural, okay, I'll give you natural. But I will also make sure I'm so ethical that whatever natural I put in there has a meaning behind it.
Okay, very good. And does it, because for me, because like I'm always trying to take natural everything if I can, and sometimes I see that you say 100% natural, but sometimes people on the product it's like natural, but there's kind of loopholes. I think they can have like 1%. That must frustrate you when you've got, let's say, competitors that can kind of have a lower price point and they're cheating.
Correct. Yeah. It happens a lot.
And like, how is that allowed? Because I mean, like, you obviously have to go through the FDA with some of your products, I presume. Do you? That's the American Institute
In
for.
the United States, only 11 chemicals are banned, while compared to Europe, it's over 1,300 chemicals are banned. FDA doesn't have a lot enough resources. It's cosmetics is mostly self-regulated, unless you are an OTC company, meaning if you are making sunscreens, if you are making acne products, anything like a drug, then FDA will look really, really close on what you are doing. But cosmetics, by definition, is should not alter the appearance. So, like how you claim, you can never say it reduce wrinkle. You will have to say reduce the appearance of wrinkle, because if you say it reduce wrinkle, it's a drug. Yeah.
So yeah. That's yeah, and like, because I know that the FDA is kind of funded by the pharmaceutical industry, but it's interesting that it's self-regulated because I'm unfortunately, we're aware that a lot of the companies actually test their products on animals. Yeah, so it is like,
Actually, I've been in the industry for over 25 years now. People are less and less testing on animals. I mean, long time ago, because there wasn't any advances in toxicology to test on the toxicity of the product, people do use animals. But now we use in vitro testing just to see if this have any reactions. Is instead of using like rabbits. It's people have been like shy away from that for a long time.
okay, that's good to know. Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. And like, cause the fact that it's not really regulated, is there people like the stuff that's not natural? I mean, people are basically putting toxins into their body when they're putting non-natural stuff on their lips.
Okay, the reason why I say the differentiator of my lip balm compared to others is there are ingredients that I don't use. First of all, I don't use petrolatum. Petrolatum is petrochemicals. It's a petroleum byproduct. It belongs to the gas station, not belong to your lips. Okay.
And what does that
And
do to the body? Just for those that don't know, what when you put that into you, what does it absorbs into your system, I'm assuming, yeah, when you put it.
petrolatum forms a film, so that's how you keep the most in. Petrolatum is okay when you use on the body product, which doesn't, because it forms a barrier, forms a film to keep the moisture in. But I don't suggest people use petrolatum on the lips because it's ingestible. You eating with your, on the body, I don't care. On the face, I don't care. And there are different grades of petrolatum. Usually big companies, they will specify USP grade, which is the pharmaceutical grade, the purest. Because the problem with petrolatum is if it's not pure, the residuals may have potentiality to cause cancer. It's just not nice. It's from gasoline, petrochemicals.
Mm.
So that's one. And this is also why if you see any petrolatum-based lip balm, they're usually cheaper because it's, doesn't cost them a lot of money. It's a byproduct.
Yeah.
So that's one. I don't use petrolatum. Second, I don't use lanolin. Lanolin is also another ingredient commonly seen in the lip balm. Lanolin is from the wool. It's wool grease from the sheep, so it's considered animal byproduct. Even though it's not you're not killing animals, it's from their hair,
Mm.
but still it's nothing nice for your lips. Why do you want animal grease
Yeah.
on on your lips? Besides, there are studies like when you use lanolin, over time you will develop allergic reaction. If you Google it, there are a lot of studies on that as well.
Okay.
So I don't use petrolatum. I don't use lanolin. Now people say, well, I use all natural. I use natural lip balm. There are a lot of natural lip balms. But think again. Look at their ingredient list. If they have beeswax, you know how they get natural beeswax? They get beeswax from the beehives. That's where bees live. I mean, bees are very important to our ecosystem because, for our crops, for the food,
Yeah.
they are diminishing. And why do you want to disturb their house for human vanity? And this is why if your product contains natural beeswax or honey, any bee-related products, you cannot call yourself vegan. The definition of vegan is none of your raw material can be coming from animal source, or you cannot use any animal byproducts, which honey is animal they consider it's animal byproduct, or the bees, because it's considered cruel to take the beeswax out of the beehives.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying mine is 100% natural and vegan.
Brilliant, brilliant. And do you have other products as well as the lip balm?
I just launched my brand February 20th of this year. So I have 5 SKUs. I have like a single lip balm. This is tinted. I have untinted, and I have a pack of 4. So like you can get all untinted or all tinted. This is my best seller, which is half. It's and the inspiration came from Damon Zhang, actually. What happened was there was one time I was with him and he took out a lip balm and applied in front of me. I was like, Damon, if it's something that's so close to you, it's in your pocket, on your lips, it has to be mine, because I'm a cosmetic chemist. I know what's the best for you. And seriously, none of the lip balms on the market is good enough for him, because he's my celebrity crush. Hence the name of the brand is Fan Love Beauty.
Okay, that's where the name come from. Brilliant.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
what you've written on it actually is stage balm for lips, for speakers and people who talk a lot.
Yes. That's a product name, but the brand name is Fan Love Beauty, because I want to create beauty products for people who inspire, educate, or entertain the society. Because not everybody is a Kim Kardashian that can come up with their own beauty collection. But there are a lot of other people that we admire. They deserve something better, like speakers. They speak to educate people, right? They have a voice of opinion. But speakers actually have quite a few issues. First of all, their lips can get really dry because they talk a lot. Drinking water alone is not good enough. Drinking water is is helping you hydrate internally and send you to the bathroom more often than not. And a lot of times when you have speaking engagement, you cannot just keep going to the bathroom. You may be hopping from this engagement to the next one. Yeah. So having something like it's very hydrating and it's refreshing, because this has an organic peppermint flavor to it. It instantly wake you up. So that's why I'm saying it kind of empower you to give you the extra push when you talk. Even experienced speakers can have stage fright. So you do need to have some sort of lucky charm, to kind of keep you calm, so you can talk confidently. And because this is inspired by Damon Zhang, this is actually the silhouette of Damon Zhang speaking on my package. I have this one is tinted for women, but I have the untinted. This is the untinted one. So you will feel more confidently, just kind of empower yourself, thinking like you speak like a shark, which is Damon Zhang.
Yeah, very good, very good. And I see that you've got patents as well for in some products, yeah?
Yes, because I used to work for big companies, and big companies always push for patents. So you have to push out patents every year. Yeah, I have patents in hair care, patents in color cosmetics.
Okay, but you're basically getting away from that industry. You're going into the 100% natural now. Is that the kind of road that you're taking?
No, I'm doing patents is still on the formulation. You can still patent 100% natural. It depending on how you put the patent together, because if you find a synergy of 2 different material and they have unexpected effect, you can still go for the patent. The reason why I don't do patent as much is because patents cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
And unless you really have the resources to go after other people when they violate your patent, it's seriously not worth it.
And plus, what happens normally when you do catch them, they just close the company and open up as something else. So you don't even get money. You just end up paying your solicitors for actually chasing for the money. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, very good, very good. So, what are the, like, you're obviously promoting this? You're doing a lot of gigs on this. So, what tips and tricks for the people that are learning how to speak? I mean, obviously, we know that we can apply that, which will help us on the stage. But what other speaking tips and tricks can you give the audience?
Um, you usually try not to use PowerPoint. Usually the good speakers don't use any notes. So they will focus on you when you talk. And there's less experienced speaker will come up with all the charts, with all the bullet points. It's good to help them to remember. But if you put too much stuff on the slides, people just lose focus.
Yeah.
And also kind of very have a lot of movement too. So you can walk around the stage, or you can vary the speed you talk, or you can have all of a sudden slow down and then kind of vary the tempo. So people's kind of change of the space or change of the pace. So people's gonna pay more attention to you.
Very good. Are you planning on getting into other products like eye makeup and stuff like that?
The mission of FanLab Beauty is we develop beauty products for people who inspire, educate, or entertain the society. And we invite you to tell us, who do you love? As long as this person or this group of people meet the criteria of inspire, educate, or entertain, I will develop products for them. For example, if you like a particular group of dancer, you like a particular group of singers, or you like a particular group of athletes, I can develop the product for you. We kind of do co-development because I'm looking for the true fans. Only the true fans want to give their celebrity crush the very best, just like how I did the lip balm for them and John. And this is the whole purpose of FanLab Beauty. This is a very different type of beauty brands because seriously, this world does not need another beauty brand. So if you're gonna push out a beauty brand, it must have meaning behind it. And I forgot to mention, I donate part of the proceeds to Suicide Prevention Foundation. So when you purchase, I donate about 10% of my proceeds. The reason is a lot of people who inspire, educate, or entertain the society, unfortunately, they committed suicide. And if they would have stayed on longer, they will have even more contribution to the society. People like Robin Williams, people like Kate Spade, those are some examples.
Oh, beautiful cause. Yeah. And I see, is it 5 languages that you speak?
Yes, uh-huh.
So I'm just curious, like, have you spoken on stage in all them languages?
No, that would be fun. That would be really fun. Yeah.
It's normally
I
just the English, yeah?
normally just English or Mandarin. Yeah, yeah, not the other ones.
And have you noticed anything different between Mandarin and English and when you're speaking to connect with the audience? Does it matter? Just it's
Well, it
natural?
depending on the audience because the one I did everything in Mandarin was because it was in Taiwan. It was a press conference, so I would have to speak in Mandarin.
And
But
do you
sometimes it's like when I'm thinking in English now more, and when I think English and speak Mandarin, sometimes a little bit disconnect because I don't speak the way that how it's supposed to be. For example, when you say skin brightening, right? Skin brightening in Mandarin meaning beauty and white, but the way I say it sounds like bleach. Bleaching the skin when I translate over to Mandarin. Yeah.
Oh, very good, very good. So listen, it's been very entertaining, and I think the lips, what you said, the different petroleum products and everything, people need to know about that. I do hope that you start bringing out other stuff, because I know that a lot of the makeup that people are using is actually toxic to their system. So the more that you bring out, the better. How can people get in contact with you?
They can check out my website, fanlovebeauty.com, or they can follow me on my Instagram, the Beauty Shark Ginger. That's my own personal, or official Fan Love Beauty is my brand IG. But if you go to the Beauty Shark Ginger, you will always know where is my Fan Love Beauty thing, because I do talk about it on my personal IG as well.
Okay, perfect. And are your products just available in the States or international?
Just available in the States. I know I actually have a lot of requests from UK, because UK is very natural driven, but I'm not ready to export yet, just because I just started. I need to hone in my own United States well before start small, before I export.
Okay. Sure. Look, we'll keep in contact, and when you do that, I can let the audience know that you're available in the rest of Europe. Then, when that's done. But listen, it's been very nice talking to you. Thanks for the information that you've shared.
Nice talking to you.
So that's all for the Speaking Podcast, and also the Awakening Podcast. We're on BitChute, YouTube. Be sure to give us a thumbs up, share with your friends. Until next week, take care.